Some time ago, I was magic finding online and I came across the item Dragon Scale, which is a unique Paladin shield that grants access to the skill Hydra in the form of an O skill. So an O skill is a skill that allows you to buff that as it is your own. So by the use of all skill gear, we can make that what is level 10 on the item. So if I go over here, you can see that we are getting a plus 10 to Hydra on our Dragon Scale item. By the use of other gear, I am able to buff that up, and currently I have buffed that up to a level of 25, which gives me 6 Hydras, and it is doing a damage of 244 to 280 damage at a mana cost of 32. So the first variation of this build is using the Flickering Flame, which is giving plus 3 to fire skills and has the minus 15 to enemy fire resistance. I have a Mara's Amulet for 2 to all skills and 30 to all resistances. I'm wearing Enigma for the all skills, Magic Find, and Teleport. A Hodo for the all skills and the resistances. The Mage Fists are giving me Cast Rate, and the plus 1 to fire skills applies to the Hydra skill. I'm wearing 2 Stone of Jordans, which is giving me more on the Hydra. I am wearing the Arachnid's Mesh, once again, for the cast rate and the all skills. And I have some War Travs on for the faster run walk and Magic Find. The inventory charms that I have here is I have a Sunder, I have a Geeds, I have a Torch, I have an Annie, and then I have various charms in here, which are giving me resistance, and then some damage, and then some life, and then, so I have some like 3 20/20s in here somewhere. Just basically a mishmash of charms that I threw in there because I wasn't exactly sure the build that I was going to settle on, so I just sort of filled it up with a bunch of charms. And the way that I play this build is not that I just cast Hydra and I stand back. I cast Hydra and then I swap to Phoenix and Dragon, and I'm using Zeal and Fanaticism. So on a Phoenix sword here, which I'm using in a Phase Blade, I am getting minus 28 to enemy fire resistance. I'm getting a substantial amount of enhanced damage with the 415%. I'm getting access to a permanent redemption aura, which is helping keep my life and my mana up. And on my shield, I am using the Dragon, which is giving me a level 14 Holy Fire aura, which is once again is enhancing my damage. But more importantly, it's giving me 12% chance to cast level 15 Hydra upon striking, because I want as many Hydras as possible with this build, because I'm a Hydra-Din. It is also giving me all resistances on 45, because I've made this in a 45 all-res Zakarum shield. Alright, so I'll go through the skills very quickly. So our main attack is going to be Zeal, so I've dumped 20 into Zeal. I have put 1 point into all of these just so I can get down to Holy Shield, and I've only put 1 point into Holy Shield as well. In the offensive auras, I've just moved the 1 point, the 1 point, the 1 point, then that gives me down to Fanaticism, which I have maxed out, and then I have done a couple of points over here just for quality of life in case I get poisoned or something like that. I can quickly swap over to cleansing. And then I have maxed resist fire and resist lightning to pop my resistances up to 90, 95, and anything left over I put into resist cold, which puts me up to 77 here in the cold resistance. So that is how I've chosen to spend my points. You can choose to rearrange these any way that you wish. The only ones that obviously really matter are Fanaticism and Zeal. Now, I must say that this is iteration number 1. Iteration number 2 is completely different and a completely different playstyle, but I will show you that when we get to it. So I will put on my shield, and you will see here that I have a 75% block chance, and I have put 55 into strength, basically enough for gear. I have put dex in because I wanted max block, and also I need quite high dex for able to use a Phase Blade, because Phase Blades require quite high dexterity. I've actually put a little bit into energy, which a lot of people don't normally do, but I did put 20 or so points into that, because with wearing 2 Stone of Jordans and it increasing maximum mana by 50% with wearing 2 of them, points into this go a long way, and at 32 mana every cast, it does eat up mana quite quickly. So I did put like 20 into that, and then I just dumped everything else into Vitality, which brings me up to about 1700 life on a character that is level 86 at the moment. So I will jump out here and I will show you the playstyle that we are going to be running with. So I'm just going to cast a bunch of Hydras, and there is literally just going to be Hydras going everywhere. And he performs just like that, with Hydras kind of taking over the screen. So once again, I will get all the Hydras that I can going on here. Like that, and he is not really going to struggle at any stage. He also has quite good teleport frames on the Hodo, so he can teleport around without too much issue. He's on 80. Yeah, it's an 80% faster cast rate. So you can see he is moving around pretty quickly. All right, so I will show you very quickly different area. A nasty pack to jump into. And that's kind of the playstyle. And obviously this is on players 1. I don't think this would perform very well on players 8. I can show you quickly. I'm probably just going to die. All right. So we will see how this goes. Badly is what I'm anticipating. Well, he's not dying. It's also not the fastest. I also have a sneaking suspicion that they are fire immune. All right. There you go. Well, that's a player's 8. And that is the Hydra-Din that I have. Now, version 2. So version 2 is completely different. So version 2 is basically a cross between a RNGesus and casting Hydras. So I had a few different iterations of this that I went through. I tried the Phoenix bow so that I could try and keep the same sort of style that I was using. I'll be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I did try Faith as well, so because I thought with the Fanaticism and then maybe I could use Concentration Aura on top of that and I could get some massive damage. The All Res and the Reanimate might be a little bit fun. Also, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but my favorite is actually the Hand of Justice. So I will show you how the Hand of Justice performs. I will throw on Hand of Justice there, and we have this for my skills, I am going to be utilizing fanaticism is my primary. So I will come over here and I will max out Fanat. I am not going to change any of this gear, but I do have the option now that I have taken away the dragon to put the dragon on the mercenary and have him cast a couple more hydras for me as well. Obviously, that's just for thematic things. He would probably still be better off wearing fortitude, but I'm going to leave him on the dragon armor just because. Where was it? Over here. So for this now, I actually don't really need anything else. All I need is fanaticism. I will put 1 point into Holy Shield for when I'm swapping over into Hydra. I want to be able to cast Holy Shield to get that 75% block. But when I swap over for attacking, all I really care about is the fanaticism, and none of those skills are going to work with the bow. So it kind of doesn't matter what else I do here. I could do these 1 point wonders here to come down because I do not have the Phoenix anymore. I could swap over and I can use the Redemption Aura and the Cleansing Aura on swap for when I am poisoned or whether I need some more mana or something like that. Is a good quality of life thing, but it's not necessary. Basically, what I will do here at the moment is I am just going to max out all of those, and I suppose I'll put those on Holy Shield because I don't really care about anything else. And that's bringing my resistances for when I swap to 85 on lightning, 85 on cold, 95 on fire, and the 75 on poison. Because the Hand of Justice doesn't give me any all res, I'm not capped. But honestly, doesn't matter what you put those skills on. As long as you're putting them on fanaticism, you're all good. The attack damage is up to 1530 to 4000 using the Hand of Justice bow. So let's jump over here and I will show you how the RNGesus Hydra Paladin works. Which is a little bit like that. Like that. So I will just down here. And you can see that the Hydras are actually doing pretty good damage. And the bow is basically just supplementary at the moment. It's just sort of helping clean things up, help pinpoint particular monsters that I want to target. I'll just quickly show you the pit. Don't need to go everywhere. And that is version 2. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know whether you've given this a go or whether you have a different way of running the dragon scale shield. I know that there's a few of these builds floating around and they all sort of vary a little bit, and this is probably my own little twist. So there's possibly ways that people have found to do this which is a little bit more effective than what I have found. If you know of something, let me know and I'll try it out. All right, thanks for checking the video out, and I'll see you on the next one.